Hello class. Now in this lecture we will see the another method to improve efficiency of open cycle gas turbine. Okay, so this method is called as a reheating. Before this method we completed the methods called as intercooling or multi-staging. Second is the regeneration, and this is the third one, that is reheating. Okay, uh, all those three methods are used to enhance the efficiency of our gas turbine. Okay, open cycle gas turbine. And this in this method, if you uh, notice properly, then you can found here, instead of single turbine we have two turbine over here. Okay, so as like in case of the regeneration, we are using a waste gases from turbine 1 to heat up output air from compressor. So in this reheating process we are trying to utilize exhaust of turbine 1 further to expand in another turbine in order to utilize their contained energy to convert it into electric energy. Okay, so let's see what are the components of our that reheating process. Okay, reheating open cycle gas turbine. Now you can notice over here the same shaft is present over here, and this on the same shaft a four component is mounted. First component is the starter motor, second one is the compressor, third one is the turbine, that is T1 stage 1 turbine, and another is the stage 2 turbine. Okay, and after that generator is over here. Okay, so all these four components are mounted on a same shaft. In between compressor and turbine 1 there is a combustion chamber 1 is present, and in between turbine 1 and turbine 2 combustion chamber 2 is present. Combustion chamber 1 is called as a primary combustion chamber, and this combustion chamber 2 is also called as a reheater. Okay, as this process is called as a reheating process, through which we are supposed to enhance the efficiency of the gas turbine. Okay, so there are two combustion chambers is there, but thing is that the first combustion chamber is located in between compressor and the first is turbine, and the second combustion chamber is located in between uh, turbine 1 and turbine 2. Okay, now what is the need of this second combustion chamber, we will see one by one. So very initially the starter motor will take a charge, and it responsible to start the entire system. Starter motor initially make a rotation of the compressor, through which air get sucked into it and send it to the combustion chamber. Okay, the air get compressed and send it to the combustion chamber. The fuel is sprayed on that heated compressed air through fuel line in combustion chamber 1, and as soon as the condition to combustion is get favorable, that time the combustion will take place, and due to that whatever the high pressure gases are allowed to expand in turbine 1. Turbine 1 rotates at the full speed and taking the load of T2 and as well as compressor and as well as generator over here. Okay, so once expansion of the exhaust gases is done, it directed to the second combustion chamber or reheater. Okay, now what happened, whatever the combustion chamber, whatever the gases coming out from the turbine 1 may contain some amount of heat energy, even though they may contain some amount of unburned fuel molecules. Okay, so to make it burn those fuel molecules completely, and even though just take out or extract out the heat energy contained by that molecule of fuel, we're supposed to allow to expand those gases in another turbine. But not only we are directly sending those gases into a second turbine, we are trying to add some amount of fuel, very little amount of fuel into that, to further procedure of expansion. Okay, so after turbine 1 expansion, all those gases are directed to the second combustion chamber. Here also very little amount of fuel get injected on that stream, and combustion again take place, because all the heat all the gases which is coming out from turbine 1 may contain some amount of heat, and they can lead a further combustion inside combustion chamber 2, and they are again try to expand, and their expansion we allowed inside a turbine 2. Okay, so they are again expanding in turbine 2. So basically if we talk about turbine 1 is the high pressure turbine and turbine 2 is the low pressure turbine. मतलब जो भी turbine 1 में प्रेशर डिफरेंस आएगा एट बिटवीन स्टेट 3 टू स्टेट 4 वो ह्यूज रहने वाला है, एंड जो भी टर्बाइन 2 में प्रेशर डिफरेंस आएगा स्टेट 5 टू स्टेट 6 वो कंपैरेटिवली लो रहेगा. सो T5 इज वेरी लेस एज कंपेयर टू T3. Okay, so that's why it's called as a low pressure turbine. This one is called as a high pressure turbine. Now we will correlate all those states on TS diagram. Okay, so let's start with the state 1. Here state 1 indicating a air from the atmosphere. Okay, so here air from the atmosphere is sucked into a compressor and it get compressed, and all the process in between state 1 to state 2 is the isentropic compression. You can find on the TS plot the state vertical line is go up. Okay, so this is a state vertical line go up. So this is the isentropic process is carried out during the state 1 to state 2. Once state 2 is completed, all the compressed air enter to the combustion chamber 1. Inside the combustion chamber 1, the fuel gets sprayed on that air stream, compressed air stream. Okay, and it get start to ignite. As soon as it get ignite, or all the pressure buildup gets start, and from 2 to 3 process is a constant pressure heat addition process. So you can notice over here P2 is equal to P3. मतलब state 2 and state 3 are lie on a same pressure line, and during this process temperature is also increasing. Okay, so it means what, that it is a constant pressure heat addition process. So this is a process carried out under the combustion chamber 1. Once the thing is the process is reaches to at state 3, all the gases are allowed to expand inside the turbine 1. Okay, inside the turbine 1. So turbine 1 में वो चला गया gases, turbine 1 में जाते ही state 3 to state 4 those gases are allowed to expand. Whenever it allowed to expand, that time pressure drop is pressure drop as well as temperature drop is take place, and all the expansion process is isentropic. The line or the process will follow a state vertical path, and it will fall on an intermediate pressure called term it as a P4 or P5. Okay, it will not directly fall on initial pressure, that is P1 or P6. It will fall on intermediate pressure. Okay, so this is P4 and P5 और P4 और P5 जो pressure line है वहाँ तक ये line drop होगा state vertically, that is isentropic curve follow करते हुए. Okay, after that it will reaches to state 4. यहाँ state 4 है हमारा. Okay, after state 4 it will reaches to second combustion chamber. Inside the second combustion chamber very little amount of fuel injected on that air stream, and it will further carried out a combustion process, and due to that the temperature rise again. You can note down from this the TS plot. Okay, and as well as it follow a state not state vertical line, a constant pressure line which having a pressure P4 and the P5. Okay, so the process which is done during the state 4 to 5 is nothing but the constant pressure heat addition process. Okay, so 4 to 5 is the constant pressure heat addition process. After that you are reached at the point 5. After point 5 you're supposed to have an expansion process inside the second stage turbine or second turbine or low pressure turbine. So during state 5 to state 6 you have a expansion inside the turbine 2, and that expansion is again isentropic, and due to that it will follow a state downward line. Okay, state downward line, and it will reaches to 0.6 right now. Okay, so this is a 0.6 and this is 0.6 and this is 0.1. Okay, and this is 0.1, and this is a very thin line drawn in between state 1 to state 6. This is nothing but the atmosphere, and this is nothing but the atmosphere. Okay, so this is the thing how we are correlating this thing with your TS plot. Okay, so what happening right now, if I am not using a second turbine, now we are talking about what is the effect, what is the positive effect happening on this output of turbine when I am using a reheater. Okay, that we are supposed to talk now, that we are supposed to discuss now. Okay, so consider if I am not using a second stage turbine, and after first stage turbine I am directly allowed to enter those gases into atmosphere at state 4. Okay, then this line will not stop over here, state 4 will not stop here, it will come directly downward. It will somewhat here when I am not using a second state turbine and a reheater. हम मैं यूज नहीं कर रहा हूँ second state turbine and reheater में यूज नहीं कर रहा हूँ, डायरेक्टली फर्स्ट स्टेज टर्बाइन जो T1 है उससे का जो एग्जॉस्ट गैस है स्टेट 4 को, वो मैं डायरेक्टली एटमॉस्फेयर में लीव कर रहा हूँ. सो इन दैट वे हमारा जो ये स्टेट 4 है टीएस प्लॉट पे, इट विल नॉट स्टॉप हियर, इट विल कम हियर डाउन एट द एटमॉस्फेरिक प्रेशर पे, एट द एटमॉस्फेरिक प्रेशर लाइन पे आ जाएगा. सो उसके वजह से जो इतना वर्क एडिशनली हमने डेवलप किया है वो नहीं होता था. सो हमारा वर्क डन कितना होता था टर्बाइन का, इतना ही, यहां से लेके यहाँ तक. ओके, जो एक्स्ट्रा वर्क हमें मिला है दैट इज ड्यू टू द रीहीटिंग प्रोसेस, वो इतना है, और इसके वजह से हमारा एफिशिएंसी क्या होता है गैस टर्बाइन का बढ़ जाता है. सो दिस इज अ थिंग for what purpose we are using a reheater, and not necessary जैसे कि मैंने in the previous lecture also, in this lecture also I discuss a reheating process individually, I discuss intercooling process individually, I discuss regeneration process individually. So it's not like that कि हमने reheater यूज किया तो regeneration नहीं यूज कर सकते. I can use regeneration again, I can direct this exhaust from turbine 2 in order to exchange the heat with the compressor output. So I can have regeneration effect as well as reheater effect. Again I can use one more compressor over here to have a intercooling effect. Okay, so you can add all the method to improve thermal efficiency of gas turbine in one system only. So I can use here reheating as I can use reheating with intercooling and regeneration also. Okay, so all those three methods I can use in one machine also. So your TS diagram somewhat different, it will be huge diagram you come out over here, and here also huge arrangement will come out over here. So as per the exam point of view, we are asking a question in exam, a single that is read only discuss effect of reheating, only discuss the effect of the regeneration, or only discuss the effect of the intercooling on the turbine efficiency. But अगर ऐसे पूछा जाए कि discuss the effect of regeneration, reheating and intercooling in a one system with the help of TS plot, that will be different. But don't worry, that type of question will not come in the exam because it will carry a more than 12 marks. Okay, so our basic maximum marks in the exam, that question carry not more than 6. Okay, so that's why don't worry, such question will not be coming into the exam, or not important in as per the exam point of view. But you must know कि हम सिर्फ रीहीटर नहीं हम रीहीटर के साथ रीजनरेशन एंड इंटरकूलिंग भी एक ही सिस्टम में यूज कर सकते हैं. ओके, इन दैट वे हमारा टीएस ग्राफ थोड़ा चेंज हो जाएगा, और ये मशीनरी है जो हमने अटैच किया है स्कीमेटिक डायग्राम में, वो थोड़ा चेंज हो जाएगा क्योंकि हमको तीनों का इफेक्ट एक ही सिस्टम में देना है. ओके, आई होप यू हैव अंडरस्टूड द थिंग कॉल्ड as a reheating to enhance the efficiency of gas turbine. If you feel any difficulty to understand this concept, please ask me in our comment section. Thank you.